Book 2, Chapter 3. The main objective of this chapter is going to be understanding that we are all by nature religious beings. And because of that, we have a life that is called to participate in our faith. The majority of people choose to live a life within a certain religion. But religion and faith are two very different things, and that's what we are going to be talking about in this chapter. Faith versus religion. Religion refers to a set of certain beliefs. The religion that you choose to be is how you live out your faith, how you live out your beliefs, your understandings of your relationship with God. But that does not have anything to do with faith. You can have faith and not have a specific organized religion. You can also belong to a religion and not necessarily follow all of the faith traditions of that religion. But being an active member within a community of faith helps you to grow, helps you to understand your relationship with God. Some people choose not to focus on God, but rather they are searching for their meaning of life in empty ways. We've talked about this last semester. We talked about this in Sex and the Teen. And this is called idolatry. Whether it is searching to find meaning through nature, through the stars as in astrology, or reading your horoscope, or going shopping, or pursuing money as your God. All of these are considered idolatry. Pause for a second and think about what are some of the false gods that we have in our contemporary society. What are some of the false gods that you may have even in your own life? How are you going to overcome those temptations? After pausing and reflecting, move forward in this video. All religions develop in a certain way. All have some type of founder, a person who has had some type of deep, very meaningful religious experience, and it is an experience with the divine, and it has changed their life. And that life-changing experience causes them to want to share this with others. All formal religions will have the following characteristics. They have a doctrine or belief, such as our church teachings, which we find in the Catechism of the Catholic Church, the creed, such as we say at Mass, the Apostles' Creed and the Nicene Creed, a type of worship, whether it is prayer, Mass, going to some type of service where they discuss, they read, they talk, and share their faith with others. The next thing that it will have is moral laws. All religions have a sense of right and wrong and can verbalize their beliefs of right and wrong, their ethics or their code that they live by. As I said, our creeds are, the two main creeds are the Apostles' Creed and the Nicene Creed. And the code of ethics which we live by is the Great Commandment and the 10 Commandments. Remember, the Great Commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, your mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. All religions have a certain perspective of how they look at the world. The first one we're going to talk about is religion as a life stance. Religion as a life stance is how you live out your religion. How does it make you practice your life? How do you live your life based on the religion that you belong to? Whether it's going to Mass on Sunday or fasting during Lent or celebrating Christmas and Easter and All Saints' Day, all of these things are part of your life and your religion. It gives you purpose. It gives you meaning. The next one is your spiritual tradition. Your spiritual tradition, in the case of the Catholic Church, is we all come together and we celebrate Mass. And we share with each other, whether it's through confirmation or when you made your first communion, when you go to reconciliation. All of these things are part of your faith and your spiritual tradition. It's how you live out and how you express your faith. And then the third one is religion as an institutional structure. This is the visible structures of your church, the altar, the tabernacle, the building. All of these things engage us, whether it's going into Mass and seeing the church. You know that you're in a Catholic church. You recognize the crucifix hanging up. You see saints. You see Mary. All of these customs and practices help you to foster and help your faith life to grow. It is the structure itself. So you have certain characteristics of each religion, and each religion has its own unique characteristics. The church supports and guides us. God gave the world the church as a unique source of grace. It is through the church that we learn about God. It's through the church that we develop our relationship with God. And the church itself is a community of believers. We support each other, we guide each other, we share with each other, we help each other to live out our faith life. We cannot do it alone. In Genesis, we have God saying that it is not good for man to be alone, and so he creates woman for Adam. And so it is with us. We all need each other. If you were alone in your faith, you would not, when you were struggling, when you have questions, all of these things, you would not have anyone to support you, anyone to help you and guide you. So the church supports and guides us in our journey through our faith life. This concludes section 1. Please do the lesson and answer the questions, then move on to section 2.